So guys, getting your hands and your wrists to move more effectively in the golf swing. Very, very important area here. And we're going to use a couple of little drills, a couple of little training aid things there, give you guys a better understanding of, what the hands and the wrists are doing, especially for you guys, hitting slices. Love hitting golf balls. Right guys, let's have a look here. One of the things that we'll be looking at, got the tennis racket with the bullseye here, and what we're looking at here with the oversized golf club is for a lot of the club golfers, the less skilled players out there, just setting up their hands and their wrists a little bit better in their swing so that you can start to add on some lag and some angle. A lot of the things that we're showing you on world-class golf instruction, guys, to get this part of the swing right. When we're looking at the takeaway here, if that's a clock over that club face, try and get that sole of the club pointing more to 1 o'clock from my side. That would be 11, and you'll feel that the right hand is down and away. And for you guys, you really want to try and keep this, because there's a lot of club players around the world. We'll talk about that in just a second, opening up the face, coming down, and getting themselves into the entry with an open face and having to sit back, rotate from the shoulder and the tricep, flip it and try and square it up, right? So understanding what your hands and your wrists do, really, really important. Now the tennis racket with the bullseye sort of just illustrates it in a different way. You can sort of see it visually, right? So when we're moving the club away, the right hand stays down and moves away from me. Now this position here, we start to sort of get this wrist to straighten up. In fact, when you're starting off, if you're putting sensors on your wrists and you're measuring angles, if you could sort of say, like, once I've got my address position here, that's like a minus 20-degree curve here in the lead hand, right? When you're round about, we'll just say, and when you take it away, what actually happens is this moves into minus 15, minus 10, and when it gets somewhere around here, that wrist is going to be pretty close, give or take, we'll say around 0 when the hands are outside that right leg, or that right foot, and you've got that left wrist nice and flat. So you can work on that, and that lead wrist will move then from extension, moving more towards flexion. And the simple way to really sort of get in there and think about it is that that face of that tennis racket is down and the bullseye is pointing towards the camera. The right hand's turned away. So when you get up to the top, the lead wrist is flat. And actually what we're seeing with a lot of the top players is they'll actually move that lead wrist, they'll bow it down more into flexion, coming down, so that when they bring that hand down, they're in a position where they can really hit like a top spin backhand. But the club golfers are unfortunately opening it up. You can't see the bullseye, and then they'll bring the club on the outside, and that's really, slicing a backhand, similar type of motion. And from there, you're going to be flipping at all sorts of different things. A lot of people see that and think, oh, I'm hanging back, I'm flipping. But don't put the cart in front of the horse. All right, you've got to clean up your wrist alignments and get those working effectively. So when you're getting that club, move that club back into 1 o'clock, feel like that right hand is pointed away from you. And if you really, in your swing, if you really feel like that right palm, even coming down, is pointed down, always down and away, that keeps that club face in a strong position. And that's when you can get some shaft lean. All right, so what's happening for a lot of people out there, obviously when they have an open face like this, is that when they get shaft lean, the thing's just, you're presenting the heel to the ball way open, and then we've got to flip it. And that's sort of when it gets nasty, right? You're going to touch the grass before you touch the ball. You're going to have thins, you're going to have fats. It's a disaster really waiting to happen. And getting your wrists and your hands to work effectively, it is the most important thing in the swing. I mean, just by standing here with absolutely no body at all, I've hit that about 140 meters, not with much effort, because the hands and the wrists move more effectively. Really important part, and this is something that we have around about 1,000 videos on world-class golf instruction for all different levels, advanced players and right through to the club golfers. Getting in there and looking at the club face, working on your drills and practicing effectively, and build a good swing. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out worldclassgolf.com.
So guys, righto, let's have a look at the best ball strikers out there. What are they doing in slow motion? And we can really get in there and copy and mimic some of these positions. It's really, really important to work with some evidence-based material, right? What's really happening in the golf swing? The closer you get to these positions, the better you're going to hit it. Now look at this position here. Have a look where that club face is. Just for a visual effect, we learn up to 50% visually. We can see that when we're popping a line over McIlroy's face here and Robert Rock, we can see that club face pointed up to 1 o'clock. Right? Now that's an important part to know. Now watch this McIlroy's hand here as he moves back into the backswing. Now that top hand, that right hand, right? If he was to open that up, you can see that the right hand's pointed away from him. So what you're doing, you're blending it back, you're keeping the face down, getting the face to 1, and getting that right. You just pump out heaps of reps. Now this software that I'm using here, this is the V1 Home Studio. We've got this now on worldclassgolf.com. We're partners, and what you can do is you've got some incredible averages of movement that I'm taking people through, dropping handicaps like it's insane. We're copying a lot of the positions here. We're getting around 40 degrees around that at the top of the swing with the shoulders. You can actually get in there and do so much with this system.
World Class Golf Instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied in helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of World Class Golf Instruction.
When you're coming down, people, here's the place, right? The closer you get to this, the better you're going to hit it. The closer you get to that position, the better you're going to hit it. The club head is behind the hands. That's the original shaft plane that you've drawn up. Now that V1 app, you can get it for free. You can pop it on your phone. You can set up and get yourself into positions, working towards this position here, getting the toe of that club to point it up between 12 and 1. And you're going to see this position, if you've watched a lot of my other videos, over and over again. Guys, check out the free trial series on worldclassgolf.com. You don't need a credit card. Check that out. Online lessons with CraigHansonGolf.com. Hope you enjoyed the video, and this will get you on the track to playing some better golf, right?